First two NHL games in the rearview mirror. First impressions of playing in the NHL and the intensity and the different level of play.
Yeah, it's the best level in the world, and yesterday game was pretty fast, and but I think it was better than first game, and it still can be better.
What are some of the areas you still want to work on with these next games that you have?
Yeah, on my defensive zone play, because it's hard when the guy switches there, and sometimes it's hard to defend them. But I think I will be better next games.
Your decision making at times last night, you were really strong, jumping in on a play, backing up. What are you seeing out of that in the game?
Yeah, I think I improved this part of the game. It helped me last season in AHL, and I think I feel better on the ice. I'm pretty strong, and I think I did a good job yesterday.
Your shot. First game, you get 2 assists by having really great shot that gets through traffic. What is working well with that part of your game?
Yeah, I'm trying to shoot a lot. Yeah, every time when chance, I'm trying to shoot, and first game I had 2 points from my 2 shots, and I'm trying shot a lot, like every time when some chance.
How has this team in the locker room supported you through these first 6 days with the team?
Yeah, it's great. I know many guys here, and very young group, and it's good for me.
And what else is what's some of the other feedback that you're getting from the coaches on what else they want to see from you besides your defensive zone play?
Play stronger and do quick decisions.
What have you learned from players like Siegenthaler, playing with him last night, even playing with Luke the game before?
Yeah, they were really strong with the puck, and they've got the really good sticks, and they good in our zone.
Brendan, let's start with this team on a road trip right now. We talked about how it was so important to get 2 points last night. The team did that. You're back, available to play now. What's the next step for this group as you head into game 2 of a road trip?
Yeah, I think kind of keep our minds right. Thought we did a lot of good things last night, and just kind of take care of a couple areas, and then if you never know how things will go since we won, lineup might stay, but if there's a chance I get in, I just come and play my game and help the team, obviously on the penalty kill and getting on the forecheck, or if I'm forward, and if I'm a D-man, obviously just play really sound. So I'm not sure how it's going to go, but I think there's a lot of things that we did good, and just kind of build off of that.
You said we still need to clean up some things. What did you see last night that could still be worked on for this next game?
I mean, I think every team deals with breaking the pucks out. It's a big part. So the faster we can get first touches and get available, come back in our own end and stop, so that we're all on the same page, and then move forward. I think that's where we can continue to clean up. And then if we do, which we've seen before, if we do a good job in our own end and breaking pucks out, we play in the ozone, and we create a lot of time there and get a lot of scoring chances. So a lot of times your best defense is your best offense. So if we're playing in the ozone, it's making sure that pucks aren't going in our own net.
You're one of those players that's really jump-started the physicality with this group. What do you take pride in with that physicality and that edge you bring to the lineup?
Yeah, I think it creates a lot of space. It keeps some people on their toes, and it's a physical game. I mean, I've preached about it before with you guys. It's 50-50 battles, and I take a lot of pride in that. So whenever I get a chance, I want to win that puck battle, and then when we have the puck, we make a lot of good things. So if I can grab it and get it into Brad or Nico's or Jack's hands, I think it's very effective. So that's something that I take pride in, and I think our team is really harping on that for sure.
I really like when you're able to break down how other players are playing. So Szymon Nemec, seeing him last night, and even in that first game that he had, what are you seeing that he's doing well so far in his first 2 games?
Yeah, I think he's managing the puck. I think as a young player, that's a big part of the game, and kind of letting the game come to you rather than chasing it. And that's a tough thing. That's still myself learning that. So it takes a lot of time and continue to play. But there's a lot of good things. He's got a lot of good offensive abilities, and I think just learning how we play in our system, it's just going to continue to get better.
And we've talked a lot about positioning as well. And last night we saw both teams, when they were scoring a lot of those goals, it was a net front presence. And whether that player who was screening was the one scoring or not, it was key. How can you guys make sure that you're still committed to having that presence net front?
Yeah, we've been talking about getting to those hard areas. I think that's where the goals scored, and you've obviously just explained it. And most of the goals happen right within a 10-foot radius. So it's hard to get in there. You got to be a willing combatant to get in there, and you find goals. And obviously, Brader got one like that, which is a big one for us to take the 2 points. But you got to get to those areas, and you got to compete. And it's not easy because there's big defensemen that are trying to make sure that you don't get there. So we have to do it on both sides. Box outs are key for us D, and then making sure we get on the inside. Because if you just stay on the perimeter, that's what every defensive team wants, and they want to keep you away from the front of the net. So you gotta kind of pull up your socks and get in there.
I know that you guys haven't played Seattle yet, but just from the pre-scout and from what you guys are preparing, what are some of the things that they do that you guys are going to be mindful of?
Yeah, they're a good club. They work hard. I like their compete level, and for us, especially at the start, we have to be prepared and get ourselves ready because we've had that where we've spotted teams because we haven't been ready, and so that's a big thing. I think they show up on time. They're pretty physical, and it's an area that we need to kind of manage the puck and make good plays. And everything I've already just kind of mentioned, but make sure that we show up on time because you don't want to be coming into the locker room down a couple goals.
With Szymon Nemec, 2 games in, and something he said he really wants to focus on is improving his defensive zone play. What have you seen, and what's the next step for him to take?
I think understanding, the pressure you're under at times and where your outlet is, and sometimes it, just getting out of the zone might be the best play. And I think at this level you face a lot more pressure than you do at the American League, and there's always an adjustment when you come up.
What about his puck management? Some of the players were saying that they saw some really good decision making, even though it's still very new to him, this level of the game.
Yeah. I think, again, that falls into understanding where your outlets are at, knowing, how the other team is forechecking. And then a lot of times it's communication with your D partner or, your forward that's coming down supporting the play. So that communication is real important if they want to get out of the zone in a hurry, and then executing that first pass.
What have you liked about him playing with Siegenthaler and being able to learn from a veteran defenseman like him?
Well, again, Jonas, we look at as one of our top defenders, and is usually a guy that you can count on when there's any breakdowns. So, a guy that has some experience that we feel can help him out.
A lot of net front presence for both teams led to really great opportunities. Now that the Devils really had that really strong net front presence game, is that something that they're just like, okay, we saw it work, let's continue that, or is that something we still need to harp a little bit on going into it?
I think I have to go with harp because it's a tough area you got to get to. I think if you even look at the game-winning goal, Brader getting lost, getting behind the net and coming out the other side, just being in that small area, allowed us to win the hockey game. But you can go to the McLeod goal where, we've got a couple pieces around the front of the net and you out-battle the opposition for a goal. So 5-on-5 scoring is something that we want to improve. We're working on improving, and getting around the net front is a big part of that.
One other thing about Nemec I forgot to ask about, his shot has really been getting through, and it's been something that's been evident, kind of filling a hole that Dougie Hamilton was filling on that second power play unit. What have you seen out of the offensive side of Nemec's game?
Yeah, I think understanding the lanes, and when he has a lane, getting it through, quick release. So he does have a little bit of Doug in him where, when Doug senses there's a lane, he's good at, getting it up there about, foot and a half, 2 feet in the air where they can't get knocked down. And then not hitting legs or not hitting sticks or not hitting bodies. It's important.